Good afternoon, everyone. Gabe Velazquez here with you, transparenttrading on a Friday. This is the 27th. Hope everybody had a great Christmas and, markets again, very thin volume. So there's a lot of movement going on. Let's get right into the charts. Interesting situation today. Obviously we're getting a little bit of a sell-off. Let's start with the NASDAQ, which has been leading the way down today. And put it in perspective, we basically are range bound, with all the stuff going around right now. We obviously had the big sell-off since I was with you last time. We had the big sell-off. We bounced right off of this 2100 level, and now we're right back in the soup, pretty much in no man's land, even as we speak. This morning they broke the lows, traded down to this area here, which is another pivot, and pretty, more or less, algo's just basically just running this thing back and forth. So we are essentially in no man's land relative to the highs and lows. Right there, highs and lows. We're kind of just in the middle of nowhere. It'll be interesting to see if there's any follow through to this move on next week. We have a shortened week again. We have New Year's Day on Wednesday, a short trading day on Tuesday. So more or less, we still have a lot more of the same dynamics. But one of the things that's been happening is as we move into the end of the year, the bullish sentiment is really starting to pick up. And I'm tracking the ISEE put call ratios. Those are off the charts right now, over 300 on the all equities, which is the number I follow. If you want any information on that, just contact me at support@Transparent Trading Solutions. I may do a class on that coming up in the new year. That's been very helpful. In fact, it's thrown off some really good buy and sell signals over the last year or so at the extremes again, along with the AAII. So overall, you can see we're at, again, similar with the S&P, kind of just back and forth. The S&P did hold, again, right along these pivot lows. We still have, I think, a test of these lows at some point during the new year. I think we're going to probably even come in and fill that election gap, if you will, somewhere down around the August lows here. And all these levels here still have opportunities to buy somewhere down in here. And in the meantime, there's also going to be some shorting opportunities as well. Russell just kind of dead in the water, just nothing going on there. Currencies, because of all the holidays, pretty much Europe has been shut down for the entire week. So there's not much to talk about. It is interesting that it is looking like the dollar could break out to the upside. That's going to be this will be a massive headwind for stocks, by the way, if we do break out of this 108.50 level in the dollar, and rates obviously also will follow along and go to 5. And so that's going to be the big deal. Also, Bitcoin is another market that looks like it's on the brink of breaking down below 91K. I do eventually think it's going to fill this gap, which is the election gap, all the way down to 96 or maybe even 70K. Wouldn't surprise me. I think there's some opportunities, big time opportunities coming up in the net and Bitcoin. Lastly, nat gas is also starting to perk up a little bit here. Looks like it may be poised for another breakout above 350. Also interesting, the grain markets are starting to heat up. I mean, this has been a dead market for forever, but soybeans is something you might want to put on your radar, and so is corn. Corn looks like it's ready for a breakout as well above the 355 level here. So that kind of wraps up the week. Again, thin volume. People are telling you maybe not to interpret too much of this, but this could be a precursor to what could happen next year, which should be an exciting year after what first half of the year really strong in 2024. Second half has been very choppy. Although we are ending up at the highs, it's again, it's been led by mega cap pretty much. Most stocks are still kind of meandering for the year. So in any event, have a great weekend, and we'll see you. I will do a session on Tuesday early because of the early closure And we'll see how the day, but basically it's going to be the last trading session of the year. So I will do a recap then. Okay, we'll see you then. Take care. Subscribe to the newsletter. And we'll see you next Tuesday. Take care.